Hello and welcome to Trading with Rob. I am Rob and today I'm trying something a little different, a bar by bar replay for the DAX 5-minute chart for Wednesday the 13th of May 2026. So to start off with, we have yesterday's high slightly above yesterday's open as a solid green line, yesterday's close as the solid red, and yesterday's low as the solid orange line at the bottom. Overnight we've had a large gap up, and it's about 203 points overnight, and in the last few hours on this the cash index here, we've been in a strong small pullback trend up to basically just below the high of yesterday. So while yesterday was a large bear bar, or quite a large bear bar with a tail above, we've basically given back or reversed all of that overnight to close quite high in the range. The opening bar, number one, is a doji bar, trading range bar, likely sellers above, buyers below. Shows that doesn't immediately show that the gap is being accepted by the market up, but also doesn't say that it's not going to. It's quite obviously a neutral bar because it is a trading range bar. But ultimately we are likely always in long after such a large gap up and strong trend before the opening hours or opening bar. We then have a large-ish bear bar on bar 2, small tails above and below, but it is an inside bar, so it's another trading range bar. Trading range developing on the open, so it's difficult to say whether there's favouring the bears or the bulls at the moment. Likely a trading range open. Another small bear bar, so we've had 3 bear bars on the open, but again testing below the low of bar 1 and finding buyers as it's testing towards the 60-minute EMA, which is shown as the dashed blue line, 21 period 60-minute EMA. We also have the 21 EMA on the 5-minute EMA here, 21 period as the solid blue line. Then have a bit of a reversal, price tested above towards the 5-minute EMA, finding sellers, creating a long tail above, small doji bar, another doji bar, so prices it's forming quite a tight trading range. And then on bar 6, another large bear bar. Third push down now, so we have a small wedge from 1 through to bar 6. So it's a wedge bottom, quite a small pattern, and a small pullback in the grand scheme of things compared to the size of the gap up. So, well, maybe 30%, not quite 50% yet. We then have a strong bull bar reversing up from the wedge bottom. Not the best entry signal bar, and taken together these 2 bars are a 2-bar reversal pattern, so reasonable to buy above, and a lot of buyers did. Strong bear bar testing up towards the open of the day, which is likely now to be resistance, but these 2 bull bars are large enough that we can usually expect a second leg. Then have on bar 9 a substantial bear bar, retracing about 50% of the second bull bar in the leg up, followed by another bear bar closing just below the 5-minute EMA, and then another bear bar. So we've had large up, large down, quite a deep pullback after the two bull bars. So large down, large up, large down. It's trading range behavior, but we might still be expecting a second leg up from these two bull bars. These three bear bars down to bar 11 are as well likely to have a second leg down, so it's difficult to tell you. It's a core mark of the trading range that we have a lot of confusion, not knowing what's going on. So it's difficult to say exactly where the market might go, but the downside is likely limited, as is the upside is likely limited. So on bar 12, first hour completing, we've got another reversal, back up, small pullback from the bear bars. In hour indicated by the red line, red number. And then we have a bear bar, mostly overlapping with the prior bars. Did break up above, but then reverse back down. So what we have here is a first leg pullback up to a essentially a high one, and then a pullback, a continuation of that move, and a pullback on a second leg. So this is a two-leg pattern, even if it doesn't look perfect. We then have a strong bull bar breaking above the 5-minute EMA and bar 13, and that again has follow through on bar 15. But as we see, this is probably the second leg up from bar 7 and 8. But as we see here, the second bar, bar 15, is quite a bit smaller than bar 13, and it's starting to approach yesterday's high and the high of the day of so far with bar 1. So a bit of a cluster of resistance here just above the open of the day. So also to note, it can be noted that it's about getting to about the same height as the first leg, so it's also a measured move target up here as well. So there's actually quite a few reasons why bulls will be taking profits and potentially bears will be going short in this area. So on the next bar we have a small bull doji body with a long tail above, testing just above the high from yesterday and finding sellers. So this looks like it might be high in a potential trading range. While this is a bull bar, it's directionally, it's closing in the lower half of the bar, and that makes it more of a reversal. So although it is a bull bar and a lot of bears wouldn't sell below it, you can wait for a second entry. Although obviously, who knows, that might not be ideal. Some aggressive bears will sell but hot low here and get filled on the next bar. It's reasonable to do that in a high of a trading range as well, in the upper range, and maybe use a slightly wider stop, especially if you're willing to scale in. Then another bull bar testing the yesterday's high again, forming a micro double top with bar 16, and that is followed by a strong surprise bear bar closing just below the 5-minute EMA. Small tails above and below, but overall this is a very strong bear bar, and it's reasonable to expect that the bears will get at least a second leg down here. Then a small bull bar really not much of a pullback from the size of this bear bar. It's an inside bar, so quite more of a trading range bar than a trending bar. Could also be classed as a reversal bar, but we're really going to expect any reversal to maybe test the midpoint or the open of the day before reversing down, because that's about 50% pullback, and bears will be looking to get in that might have missed entering on this bar. We then have another small bear bar. It's just testing up to the open of the day with its tail. Bit more of a 50% pullback, finding sellers, and it is a low one sell setup after the strong bear bar here. Another strong bear bar closing significantly below the 5-minute EMA, and again on bar 23 another bear bar. So consecutive bear bars from 21 to 23, 3-bar bear microchannel, likely to be sellers above and below. Not many bulls are going to be buying here. Middle of the trading range as well, so it's a bad area to buy or sell. And we have a small bull bar, but likely I don't think that it's got much potential, to be honest, at this point. It's still in the middle of the range. And that is followed by another bull bar with long tail above, testing just above the 5-minute EMA. Getting a bit closer to the open of the day, second hour in. We've got overlapping bars for the first 2 hours. So very much a trading range so far. We then have another bear bar, starting to look like small pullbacks in this leg. So spike and maybe another potential wedge. But the pullbacks are relatively small. So then have a breakout below the potential wedge, and another consecutive bear bars that is followed by another small pullback, testing the breakout point, but not with bodies, only the tail. And then another small bear bar. We're now in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bear microchannel. So this is quite a tight channel down, although forming small pullbacks, not really going above the highs of prior bars. And then we're getting towards yesterday's open, where we might expect support from buy orders to be present. And we've had a series of sell climaxes, and this is certainly tight enough to expect a second leg down, but we are getting low in the range for we've just broken below the previous low of the day, so this is a new low. And then we find some buyers with a bull bar. How is the follow through? It's another bull bar, and it's closing in quite close to its high on a trading range day, low in the range. Not the best looking buy setups above these bars, with some resistance at the EMAs, but some bulls will be buying here. It's important to remember that on trading range days, the entries in the lower and upper ranges of the trading range, where the upper and lower thirds, where you're looking to establish either shorts at the top or longs at the bottom, the entries never really look that great. So it's really buying, hopefully with wider stops and looking to scale in if it goes against you. Then have a strong bull bar breaking above the 5-minute EMA. It's pull back from this tight channel down, and this tight channel down will look like a breakout on a higher time frame. So this whole thing might be expected to have a second leg down at some point. Then have another bull bar. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive bull bars on the end of the third hour. All the opening 3 hours on the higher time frame have been mostly overlapping, so it is very much a trading range so far. We then have another bull bar, but it's almost completely overlapping with the bar 36, so it's a trading range bar, and the is getting quite high into the middle of the trading range so far that's been developed so far today. So might be that profit taking will be happening in this area from any bulls that have bought lower down. Then have another bull bar. It's testing up to the top of the channel, the tight channel down now, and also getting close towards the open of the day. So that those are likely to act as resistance. And then we have a strong bear bar reversing back down on 39, testing the 5-minute EMA. This tight bull channel up, pullback of this tight channel down, is likely strong enough to have a second leg up of itself. So again, very confusing price action, quite like a what you'd expect from a trading range day. Then have another bear bar, good follow through from the first 39, bar 39 bear bar. These two bars as well, the 38 and 39, formed a 2-bar reversal. So looks like we might be going down a bit further. This bar is large enough to expect a little bit more downwards pressure, which we get on the next bar. Bars are getting a little smaller as they go, with tails above and below. So reduction in buying pressure, selling pressure, and we get another smaller bear bar on bar 42. So we've got a higher low and a lower high so far, and then we get a trading range bar, outside bar, with a small bull body, tails above and below, testing the EMAs, and below bar 42, trading range bar, so likely buyers below and limit order buyers below and sellers above, rather than stop orders. Another small bull bar, so looks like we're having another leg up. Could this be a second leg up from this one? Have a strong bull bar breaking above the EMAs and testing into the above the 50% of this leg down. Was this leg down enough to be a second leg for this? I don't think so, because it usually needs to be symmetric, so you'd expect it to be larger and probably extending below this low as well. So I think this is more of a pullback of this bull channel here, pulling back of the original, or this bear channel. So have another breakout above the EMAs and a small doji bar. Really, it's a small bear body, but tails above and below, more of a trading range bar again, and another one followed on for that. So after that, have another channel down, a bar down. We're starting to have a kind of consolidation around this point as the market is becoming tighter, forming a triangle with lower highs and higher lows. Got a bear bar closing relatively strong, closing on the 60-minute EMA. The gap between the 5-minute and the 60-minute EMA is getting very close, and both are flattening off, showing that we're not really in a trending market now. And then we have a bear doji, very small body, inside bar of the prior bar. So again, tightening range, overlapping bars. Better to wait for a breakout now at this point, because this is forming a tight trading range. Very difficult to make money, especially with stop orders. So better to wait for a breakout. Then on bar 50, we've got a small bull bar closing near its high, and at this point, still looking for a breakout. Might be okay to buy above this bar as it's getting closer to, if price goes above it, looking for a breakout of the triangle. On bar 51, another small reversal bar, another inside bar. Less important to look for inside bars, given that we're now in a very tight trading range. They don't really mean much at this stage. But then, other than to say that this is an area of agreement and is likely to be a magnet for the rest of the day once price breaks out, no matter what happens. So another bull bar, relatively small. We then have another doji bar, small bear body. It's not really, it's not a breakout bar, so just extend our lines a little bit. And then we have another small bull bar, almost at the apex, closing very close to the bear channel line. So possibly okay to buy above if there's a breakout. Then on bar 55, strong bull breakout bar, likely buyers above, but have to remember that 50% of breakouts from triangles typically fail and reverse. So you have to be ready to get out of positions quite quickly, and possibly even reverse if it comes to that, if the signals are that clear enough. But this is a strong enough bull bar that we can expect there to be buyers above, and for there to be at least a small second leg up, even if it is getting close to being a double top with the prior high here on bar 39. Then have a small bear bar, not ideal. Might mean that the upside from this breakout is limited, and might be reasonable to get out of any longs below it, certainly if price breaks down much more. But at this stage, it could be just a small pullback before continuation. Then a small bull doji on 57, small tails above and below. And could this be just a small double top or the start of a second leg up from the initial breakout? Likely buyers above, I would imagine. And then another bull bar testing the open of the day, which has already seemed to act as resistance back on bar 9 and bars 39. So we did already find some sellers here forming the tail above, and we might expect more selling to occur here. So depending on which way the price moves here, it's quite important to pay attention. Then had a small doji, price is stalling. We've got two leg move up, so at a double top, potential double top, resistance of yesterday's open. I think really you want to be quite quick to get out if you're long at this stage below these bars. Then another doji bar on bar 60, tight trading range forming. We've got a bit of a small wedge pattern formed, initial spike, second leg, third leg, and what could be a small reversal bar. So certainly reasonable to place stop orders below it to exit any positions. Possibly, if you're very aggressive, looking at it as a reversal bar, but that would be very aggressive, I guess. Then another bear bar. Looks like the market is starting to turn back down after a failed breakout, potential failed breakout. So depends on what the follow through is like. Another bear bar. These bear bars are getting larger, showing increasing selling pressure. So I think it's reasonable to think that we might be getting another leg down at this stage. And remember that this is a double top as well, so not just a failed breakout from a triangle and then a wedge top at the, but there's quite a lot of resistance up here. So increasing selling pressure, three bear bars heading towards the EMA on a trading range day, high in the range, the trading range of the day as well. So reasonable to expect for the downwards pressure. Ooh. Then let's just move that back. Then large surprise bear bar, bears giving up, closing back at the apex of the triangle, just below the 60-minute EMA, broken below the 5-minute EMA on bar 64. This bar is so large that it's likely to need its own second leg. So I don't think the selling pressure is really finished here. Probably bears will be selling the close of this bar, leading to further follow through on bar 65. Sell the close market, clearly always in short here, and potentially, with this being so strong, a second leg move of this this move here. So I don't know quite how to draw this, but I think the easiest way would be to draw it a bit like that, and say to get an idea of where the market might go. If we just copy that and move it over, that gives us an idea of where a profit target might be for this move down. So another very large climatic. This is climatic unsustainable selling. You've got exhaustive selling. So bears will be, the price is very far from the 5-minute EMA. Bears will be looking at this as a climax opportunity to take good profits. So we'll be looking to take profits on a trading range day quite quickly, I would imagine, especially on above any bull bar that might appear. Bar 68, another buy bar. Market is getting extended. It's around the measured move target and testing below the 5-minute, the yesterday's low. Another thing that we could probably do is potentially look at a broad channel connecting these highs, and that gives us another if we change the color of that to say turquoise and then bring that down, connect it here, also looking at a bit of a broad channel, lower lows, lower highs, and connecting those together, we're getting something that is breaking below this trend this channel line. So it's testing a measured move point, breaking below a channel line that normally would be expected to fail about 80% of the time, 75% of the time. So, and not that far from the close of yesterday now. So then we have a bull doji, very long tail below. While it's a bull doji, it's more that it's price is so far away from the EMA. It's reasonable, I think, to exit, at least exit from prices, but shorts above this, because price could go surprisingly far in the opposite direction after an exhaustive sell like this, potentially all the way back to the top or even the apex of the triangle. So reasonable to exit from shorts and take profits, but probably far too aggressive to buy at this stage. Then bull bar, small tail above, small body, not, oh, if we just extend that a little bit further, breaking back into the channel line, or the channel, the broad bear channel, and finding some selling, but small bars, another bull bar breaking up. I think bears have taken profits and bulls realise that and are taking, establishing new positions, buying, at least for a scalp, up on bar 72. We then have another bar up, consecutive bull bars, quite strong, heading towards the 5-minute EMA, breaking back into the main trading range that we've had. We've got a bit of a way to go for the hitting the apex, but that's a obvious target above, and as well as the 60-minute EMA. We then have small bear doji inside bar, but closing very high in its range, long tail below, showing there's quite a bit of buying. Then have another small bull bar just below the EMA, and another. I still think that we're going a bit higher. This is a spike, pause, tight trading range at the EMA, just above the yesterday's open, which will be acting as support now. And after such an exhaustive vacuum down to a measured move target, I think the price is going to consolidate for a little while at least before deciding which way to go. Another bull bar closing quite near its high, bear bar, maybe a small wedge going towards the support of or support or resistance of the yesterday's open. Then another strong bull bar, potentially could be a measured move, hitting a measured move target of these two bars already. Leg one measured move target, also testing the 60-minute EMA, still a bit below the apex of the earlier triangle, but certainly reasonable to expect another maybe a bit more selling, a buying above this, given how strong it is, and a lot will depend on what the follow through looks like. Follow through is another bull bar, it's almost completely overlapping with the first bar 81 bull breakout, but because it's a bull follow through, it's not not as if it's a bear bar. We then get a bear bar, very small trading range here again, which is then followed by another bear bar, continuing trading range price action, quite tight range, from 30 or 40 points, with quite large bars. So not ideal to be trading, and certainly seems to have a bit of a upwards bullish bias at the moment. Then we have another bar, another bull bar, testing again the 60-minute EMA, followed by doji, very tight range, difficult to make money with stop orders. So most traders will not be trading at this point, I guess. Bear bar, reversing back down from the 60-minute EMA to a low on bar 88, and then a strong bull bar and another bull bar. Generally higher lows, higher highs. We've got a small channel developing here, and so it's really a spike and channel up. Again, quite a tight range, so likely going to see some resistance around here, given that this is the apex of the prior triangle, and this is also 1, 2, potentially 3 legs up, 3 or 4 depending on how you want to count them. So a wedge top, probably getting quite close to the end of the day, with quite a tight tight channel, weak channel, so probably best not to be trading at this point. I certainly wasn't. Bear bar with tail below, testing the 60-minute EMA. Bull bar, very tight range here. Then on 96, and a strong bear bar and small doji bars, and going into the close of the day, a bit of a spike, small spike and channel, so maybe another small wedge, but it's so close to the end of the day that I think this pattern is relatively minor and can't be traded. So I think that's the end of the trading day for me, and overall I think the day was pretty much a relatively broad bear channel, or a trading range day. You want to buy low, sell high, and scalp typically, or really look to prioritize catching these larger swings, if possible. I hope you find this interesting, and if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below and I'll be happy to have a look at them. Thanks for watching.